Hi boys and girls, how are you? Teacher Tim here with yet another video clip of maths. Okay, so today we're going to talk about number bonds. I have written that on the board here, number bonds. So that is unit 2. So please open your books at page 24 and 25. Alright, I will change the camera. Alright. So, unit 2, number bonds. And let's look at the board instead. Alright, so number bonds, max up to 10. You can do number bonds up to a bigger number, but for starters, we'll start with maximum 10, and 10 is the whole. The whole is maximum 10. So we have a whole, and then we have parts. 2 parts. You can have more than 2 parts, but right now I'm just starting to teach you about number bonds. So then we will only have 2 parts, but you can have many more parts. But forget about that right now. Right now we only have 2 parts. So each of these parts, they are 4, because 4 plus 4 equals 8, and 8 is the whole. Okay? Another example here. I have used flowers. I know I cannot draw very well, but these are flowers. So we have the whole 5, number 5, same as here, but here's 8. So pretend this is a 5, because we have how many flowers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 flowers, and then we need to divide them into parts. So one part is 2 flowers, the other part is 3 flowers, because 2 plus 3 equals 5. Okay? And on this side I have written another example. So because you can write the parts, they can be different. So if the total, the whole is 3, pretend it's 3, it can be any number, but in this case it is 3, and I have used footballs because I like to play football. So 1, 2, 3 footballs, and then the whole is 3 footballs, 3. Then each of these parts could be 3. This part is 3, then this part is 0, because 3 plus 0 equals 3. But this is also correct. Number 3, the whole is 3, total is 3, and then part number 1 is 2 footballs, and then part number 2 is 1 football, because 2 plus 1 equals 3. And the last one, the whole, the total is the same, 3. Number 3, 3 footballs. But part number 1 is 1 football, part number 2 is 2 footballs, because 1 plus 2 equals 3. So you see, all of these 3 different ways of writing the parts are correct. If the whole, the total is 3, then you can write 3 and 0. That's correct. Or you can write 2 and 1. That is also correct. And you can write 1 and 2. That is also correct. So all of these 3 answers are correct. These 2 parts equals 3. These 2 parts equals 3. And these 2 parts equal 3. So it's all correct, just different ways of writing the number of parts. Okay? So let's go to the book now. Okay, so here, let's see if we can focus. Number bonds. So let's talk about it's Jani's birthday. Okay, and she's having balloons and snacks and drinks and so on and so on. So she has 4 red balloons and she has 6 yellow balloons. 4 and 6 make 10. So there are 10 balloons all together. So this is exactly the same. 10 is the whole, the total. 4 is one part, 6 is the other part. Okay? Now turn to page 26 and 27, please. Now, making number bonds. Making number bonds. Okay? So, example number 1. Here we have the whole total of 5 mangoes. We have 2 parts. Part number 1 is 2 mangoes. Part number 2 is 3 mangoes. Okay? So, here they have used letters instead of pictures. So the whole, the total, 5. Part number 1 is 2. 2. Part number 2 is 3. 3. Okay? And then exercise number 2. Here we have apples. 4 apples, 3 apples. And all together, total, the whole is 7 apples together, all together. Okay, and here they have used the Arabic Hindu numbers to write again, not just picture to symbolize the number. 4 and 3, 4 plus 3 equals 7. So there are 7 apples. 4 are red apples, 3 are green apples. Okay, and on page 27, here the same as I wrote on the board, different parts. They're all correct. So here they have a total of 4. This they can write as part number 1 is 1, part number 2 is 3, because 1 plus 3 equals 4. B, same number, 4. Here part number 1 is 3, part number 2 is 1. 3 plus 1 equals 4. And lastly, they have 2 and 2. Part number 1, 2. Part number 2, 2. 2 plus 2 equals 4. And here they have used the Hindu Arabic numbers to show more clearly instead of using symbols, items. Okay, now you have to do one exercise for yourself. Number 2, what numbers make 5? Use blocks to show the parts. So you have 5, the whole, total of 5. Part number 1, part number 2. How many in each? And remember, you can use, there are different ways to answer how many parts. Okay? So I will give you a few worksheets to do because there was only one exercise in the book. So I will take a picture of this as well. Worksheet number 1. So here they're using dots, quite easy. So maximum of 10. So here, how many are red? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's part number 1. Part number 2 are blanks. 1, 2, 3. So 7 plus 3 equals 10. Part number 1, 7. Part number 2, 3. Whole total is 10. Now at second one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Part number 1 is 4. How many in part number 2? Total is again still 10. And so on and so on. So please finish these exercises. Worksheet number 2. Here they're using fish, triangles, sea stars and bananas to symbolize numbers, but they have not written numbers here. So how many more to make 10? So part number 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Part number 2, how many? And the total, the whole is 10. And this is the same. You count how many. Part number 1, triangles. Part number 2, how many? Part number 1, sea stars. Part number 2, how many? Part number 1, bananas. Part number 2, okay? It's easy. And as a last worksheet, part number bonds, fill in the missing number. Okay? So the total, the whole is 10 on all of these. And one part is 1. Second part you need to fill in. One part, first part, you don't know. Second part is 3. So please do this exercise. Either copy these into your book, in your maths notebook, or print them out. Either is fine. And then you answer all of these. Alright? Good job. I'm sure it will not be very difficult for you. Alright, so that was all for this video clip. I will see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.